This loss hurts. I think our girls, battled to the bitter end, and it's easy to say you just didn't come out on top, because I know there's a lot of areas that we're going to go back and say, we should have cleaned up and would have allowed us to actually walk away with the result, that we wanted. I thought we had a few good looks late, and just couldn't get the ball in the hole and put away. And then, really it felt like this game, for the most part, we got it kind of at the pace that we wanted. I mean, they average, if we stopped at regulation, we held them 20 points or so below what they typically average. So we knew that was going to be the task, because they're such a great scoring team. And then I just thought we had too many moments where we're just a little disconnected, not on the same page, when we needed to put the ball in the hole, and we're not walking away with the points. But overall, just really proud of our effort, proud of the way we fought. As I remind myself, I know we have some players that just haven't been in these moments before, and that's that I kind of look for. I think, you learn how to respond in adversity differently the more experience you get with it. Now, I don't want to keep learning through losses, but I do think, we will continue to get tougher and better through this, so when we get in these moments, that we will walk away from the finish line and with the win that we want. But proud of the effort, and, I thought Northern Arizona hit some big shots at the end to kind of create that separation that they needed.
You mentioned that there were several times that y'all didn't get the bucket. I also know that earlier in the year you said you don't think you can really be too selfish with the ball, but at the same time, it felt like there were some possessions where, maybe there was fear or, hesitation in taking a shot. What do you think that was? Was it that?
Well, I hope not. I hope all of our players are confident to shoot that ball. We want everybody to shoot it when they're open. And I look at the first half, and even what we're doing, we didn't look on the same page with just moving the ball, getting it side to side. There's several times we're like running into each other, and just little things that, we practice every day. We've had some great practices this week in prep for this game. So, but it's just robbing us of opportunities to put the ball in the hole. So we have to stay on the same page, and ultimately it doesn't matter, who's scoring the ball for us, but we have a lot of players that can shoot. And we thought we needed more of an aggressiveness. We lacked a little bit of a paint presence the first half. Even with getting Delaney kind of in there, we struggled just to get her touches like we probably needed to more. And they did a good job defensively. Of course, they're chasing out our shooters, and that's kind of our task too, is getting downhill a little bit more, so we can create rotations. There's probably 3 or 4 good possessions where we punched the paint, we attacked in, and then we got the ball out and it started moving side to side. But still, ultimately, just not enough, a ball movement for us to get looks. And you're not going to be wide open, but you can help create that by movement and pace and flow, tempo in what you're doing. So it was like this. It felt like we went on mini runs, they went on the mini run, and every time we got into a huddle or timeout, we'd say, look at the clock, the score is still tied. It's 20-20, or it's 49-49. So it was still a ball game all the way till the bitter end.
Do you think not being on the same page played into maybe some of the rebounding effort? It felt like some possessions y'all weren't crashing the glass how you probably want to.
Yeah, first half not good. Our rebounding was not good. Second half it was much better. I don't know what we ended. We ended with 12 offensive rebounds. We had 3 from players at the half. I think every Bang had 2, every Kleinhans maybe had 1. So yes, those are all things that start dictating the game, and it dictates the game all throughout the game. Those little effort points that we felt like we were missing. So back to overall paint presence, yeah, some of that was but it becomes shot selection, running good offense, taking great shots. Post players getting in there and cleaning up things that maybe we miss. So it all goes hand in hand, but it's all the little things that begin to add up. Or when it gets into a close game, of course you can go back and look and say, oh, we missed 4 or 5 free throws. Okay, we want those free throws back, right? So it ultimately, it's finding more of those moments. We need to put the ball in the hole. We need to score more offensively, and I thought defensively we did our job. Defensively, of limiting them to what they want, and they want an up and down game. We forced them to play a little bit more of a half court. Now, they still got us in transition, but for the most part, we were able to contain some of that.
Do you think some of those shot clock violations, like how much is that their defense and how much is that y'all not knowing what you're supposed to be doing?
Well, I think our girls are working hard on the offensive end. I think, again, when you look out there's a lot of youth, so that helps when you have an experienced senior out there versus, a getting experienced freshman. There's moments where there's 3 or 4 freshmen out there at all times. So I haven't blamed any youth, but sometimes there's a natural flow to the game of either the ball moving or how you're spacing and getting open that sometimes we're not helping each other do. So I think it's a little bit of everything. But we got to learn from it. We got to get tougher in these moments, I think, and really make sure that we walk away with the win.
Y'all are still pretty high nationally in terms of free throws. I know you want the ones that you missed back, but how important is it to know that you're going to make 75-80% of them?
Well, it's important. We just need to get there. We shot 21, but we need to play more aggressively so we can take advantage of that stat. So how can we get there? Well, let's crash the glass a little bit more in that first half. Let's make sure we're getting there, because I don't know how many free throws we took before halftime. But it definitely, we played in overtime, Pete, too, so that, gives you a few more free throws. But yes, we want to get there. It's a strength of a lot of our players, and the only way to get there is to be aggressive and be attack-minded.
Hannah only took 2 free throws, speaking of that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you want her at the line more often because of her efficiency. Do you want to see more aggression on her part, or is that more moving the other pieces around so she can get to the paint?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Of course, we want Hannah to be aggressive. She's going to have to be, because if not, she's guardable. People will just chase her out. At the Division I level, what makes good players good and great players great is the ability to create separation. So speed, if you can't create separation with someone that has extra speed, then it makes it tough. Now, we said we play team basketball, so it's not going to be a lot of one-on-one. We want the pace of the ball to help create some rotations for us that maybe allows us to get downhill and things like that. But yes, we need her to be aggressive, and then there's teammates coming along beside her. But you can see that, not a lot of people are leaving Hannah. They're right there on her, every single night. So her task is tough, and we got to figure out how to help make it easier.